vlogs, we've completely forgotten to record an intro for this, so this is Fareham Town versus Andover New Street in the Wessex Premier League playoff final. We're bad at this. Out to me on these vlogs that I always do these pub reviews and I always get the same drink, which is usually a Foster's. So just for a change, just to make a point, got a card in today, pretty much the same thing, just in a different glass. This is the Fareham pub based in Fareham Town Centre. It's a 8-minute walk from the train station to come up to here, situated near another pub called the Trinity, so you've got a couple to choose from there. This pub, you come in, got a pool table, it's usually free on a Saturday between 12 and 6. Selection of beers, I've gone for the Carlin, like I said, for £4.60. Other beers on tap are Beer and Moretti, Foster's. And also, it's a 23-minute walk or bus ride to Cam Alders, which I will be heading to shortly for the playoff final, but got to stop for a refreshment on the way. The godfather of local non-league football, the legend that is Greg Dixon.
I've never been called the godfather before.
Greg, give us how do you think the playoffs have gone since they've been introduced to the Wessex League?
I like the playoffs. I would just like to see the FA maybe introduce a little change, which would probably satisfy a lot of clubs. At this level, I would like to see 2 clubs go up automatically.
Totally agree.
And 3, 4, 5 and 6 play off for a potential promotion spot. Because we know how the leagues work. When with the promotions, the boundaries get changed. And if you end up being a playoff winner and your points per ratio game is better, then you should have that opportunity. I think a lot of people get disillusioned. So we take today, for example. You've got Stoneham, second year running, finished 91 points. They finished second both years and have missed out on the playoffs. And the teams that have gone through, in some cases, been 21 points behind and stuff like that. So for me, that's where it just seems a little bit unfair. But saying that, at the start of the season, everyone knows it's a level playing field and where we've got to be. Come the end of the year, it's you've got to feel for Stoneham only losing 1 game in the league, but you've still got to do everything on the pitch on a daily basis, game per game rata, and you've got to feel for them, what they've achieved. For me today, Fareham Town, former Southern League club, they've got the opportunity to go back up into that status at step 4. Their facilities are still of step 4 status, so I don't think they would have to do much to change anything if they go up. Andover New Street, wow, what a journey. I don't really know where you can start with Andover New Street. It's been such an incredible journey. They're the masters of penalty shootouts. Does that give them a favour today? I don't know. their Vars journey was so up and down, getting reinstated, and they grabbed the ball by the horns there and just missed out at the last hurdle. So you've got to look and see what they've done as well. I think the top half of the Wessex League table, clubs have just done phenomenal because they've had to cope. All the top teams have had to cope with league and cup games and get those fixtures in. As a former secretary, I know how much hard work that is, mate. And you know, you've got to take your hats off to all the guys behind the scenes that are keeping these clubs in check and not getting them into trouble, because we've only got to look at Jersey Bulls, people like that, all the misdemeanors that can come about, and which then tends to make a mockery of the season a little bit. All of the people that work within the Velocity Wessex League are a credit to their own clubs, you know.
Edward?
Thomas?
Well, today's the day, isn't it? Who's going to go up from the Wessex Premier Division? Went to both games during the week. Back at Fareham today, have to say. The sun is out. Probably bad timing for me to finally find my sweaty flat cap though. It only took me all season. And looking like a big crowd today. But they've got a wedding in the main bar, haven't they, of all days?
Have they?
Yeah, that's why
so
it's
it's
shut.
closed off?
Yeah, so there's plenty of bars around the outside, so Matt isn't going to go thirsty. So on to Fareham, first of all. We were here Wednesday night. There was a good crowd, wasn't there? I think around about 700. Saw a good game of football, didn't we?
We did. I was quite impressed with how they played. They sort of contained handball and did a lot to try and hit them on the break, and it really paid off. I thought Dan Bennett was particularly immense at the back. For them, it was his crossfield pass to Callum Neal, just got the first goal.
They were really hard to break down, weren't they?
Yeah, he led them really well, but we're talking football about fine margins. It sort of got to the last few minutes, it's 1-0, the Declan McCarthy pulls off that save from Matt Casey.
And a minute later,
Alfie Briggs down the pitch to score. Yeah, so in fine margins in football, I mean, you know, we could be looking at a different game. But
exactly, yeah.
I think they played really well. Simon, I've said before, he's done brilliantly, built a really good squad, mixture of youngsters and experience. Head-to-head this season against Andover at Foxcote Park. It finished Andover 2, Fareham 3. Alfie Brigman got the winner for that one. And at Cam Alders, it finished Fareham 0, Andover 1. Lewis Williams scoring. So it's going to be a tight game today.
It will be, yeah. So what about Andover New Street? Because obviously their season is getting better and better, isn't it? And they could really put the flake on the ice cream if they win today.
That joke works better if there's an ice cream truck over there, just to explain.
Probably
that.
drowning out our conversation, but we'll find out.
Yeah, I think they again against Stoneham. They started slow. Stoneham took the lead. They probably were slightly the better team, I think, towards the end of the game. And that goal from Jake Carswell, that absolute banger of a goal. I mean, I've mentioned on the vlog before, I think he's a really good player, and I think he can play at a much higher level than Wessex League. Right?
They've got some good players in the team, haven't they? And they've got a good mix of like speed and height.
Yes.
It's a good little mix.
Yeah, I like the way they play. They press. They don't give the opposition time on the ball. Carswell and Sweeney in that middle drive them on. They're like nipping around like terriers in the midfield trying to win the ball back. And then up front you got Postance with his height, Lewis Williams with pace, and then Claudia Herbert sort of tucking in behind. And I think, good time.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good game because you've got Fareham's youth, fearless youth, as they say, versus Andover's experience and speed. So I think it could be a very interesting game today.
Still down with the kids.
The sunglasses are coming off, so you can't actually see the bottom of the camera.
At that game again, you'll take the joy of a mine. You can.
Oh, was it like the where he's doing the infomercial?
Sorry mate, only know numbers.
Oh yes, number 9 I believe.
Swing it then. Classic.
Probably thought the start of the season when that window was booked. Yeah, the season will be over by now.
shit, aren't they? I hope it's what they're saying.
It's a lovely ball. Storm half marathon PB round there, 2012, on the airfield. 1 hour 29:52 for my viewers that day.
Sorry?
Keepers. HT is Fareham Town 1, Andover New Street 0. Early start for Fareham, wasn't it? Got the goal after 5 minutes, but you have to say, Andover had a lot of possession. Haven't done a great deal with it. I don't think the goalkeeper's been tested much, has he, Fareham? But Fareham have been much more direct, and they're really looking dangerous every time they do get the ball, aren't they?
They are. The goal, which came after 5 minutes, a good little cutback from Alfie Brigman. Little dummy, Callum Neal comes in, edge of the box, lovely finish. Great finish.
Good finish. Yep.
No chance in the goal for Andover. But they've also had a couple of other chances from corners.
Goalkeeper's tipped a few over the bar, hasn't he?
Yeah, I believe it was Lewis Colvin the first one, and Harvey Aston the second. Got the head both times. Johnny Hill tipped over the bar. Like you said, a lot of possession for Andover New Street. They had sort of half shots with the Lewis Williams putting it sort of over. Not sure he was crossing the shoulder.
Yeah. I think they're missing a big man up front, aren't they? Because they're putting a lot of crosses in, but not having much joy.
Well, I believe he is on the bench.
Yes, he is. Yes.
So I imagine the introduction. Second half at some point.
I think they'll look to change it around second half, but they do need to test the goalkeeper more. But Fareham are more than good value for their lead at the moment.
It's not as clear as I want that to be, to be honest, in a minute. Other guys from like Fareham and Portugal, I think. He don't look the most mobile, does he? But he was at bit slow on that one.
He's just doing his job. Oh, he is. He's expected the same. Of course. Hello.
Take 2 questions.
This way.
Simon, congratulations, playoff winners 2025.
Yeah, no words really, no words. Completely lost for words. The lads have been unbelievable. Great performance today. Not the prettiest game in the world, but I think we deserved our win. I mean, commiserations to Andover. They've been excellent. Gave us a real good game. Had a fantastic season. Probably was one game too many for them in all the games they've had in a short space of time. But you know, I just said to Greg, you know, you probably won't find too many younger teams than us that have been promoted out of this league. You know, three of our back four were teenagers today, and they've just been, you know, they've just been. It was credit to them, it's a fantastic achievement.
It almost seemed fitting that Stan Bridgman got the winner as well, because he was absolutely brilliant today.
Well done, Simon.
Sorry, it's my chairman.
What a manager. You go on places.
Thanks, Steve. I'll be over in a minute. Sorry,
fitting that Stan Bridgman got the winner, because he was absolutely brilliant, I think, today.
Yeah, he was fantastic. You know, all the lads dug in. A lot of pressure on him with, you know, at the score.
Tough one to take. I just don't think we got to the levels today. First half especially. Fair play to Fareham. They played really, really well today. They thoroughly deserved it.
Thomas.
Well, it'll be Fareham Town who'll be dancing on the ceiling tonight, won't they? Because the full-time score was Fareham Town 2, Andover New Street 1. And I thought well deserved for Fareham. And to be honest, I thought they looked comfortable even at 2-1, didn't they? And I think they well deserved to go up.
They did.
What a great day.
I mean, if we're looking over the course of the game, I think Johnny Hill in goal for Andover kept the score down. And I don't mean that's insult to Andover. I think they've been brilliant all season. I think maybe this was a game too far. A lot of games in a short space of time.
Yeah, to get this far is phenomenal achievement for them.
Yeah. Stan Brigman scored the penalty, 57th minute. Joe Ryan went down in the box, he stepped up, buried it, he got a winning goal. Lewis Williams then got one back for Andover in about the 73rd minute.
Could have come out of nowhere, didn't it? Because the game looked to be sort of just coming to its conclusion.
Yeah.
Fareham looked comfortable, and to be fair to Fareham, they kept to their game plan, didn't they? And sort of kept Andover New Street at bay quite comfortably. I
think what they did, we saw the same against Handball. They were quite happy for the opposition to have a lot of possession.
Because they're dangerous on the break.
Yeah, we know Andover like to press as well, so we're happy for them to have the possession and then catch them on the break. Joe Ryan, Alfie Brigman down the other wing, very quick. Charlie Cooper playing some makeshift striker, also very quick. So they knew they could catch them on the break if they could do, and I think it works. Simon got his tactics right.
Yeah, and fantastic. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's both Simon and the Portchester managers, their first season in management, isn't it?
Yes.
And they both got promoted. That's phenomenal.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Has that ever happened before?
I wouldn't be able to tell you. I mean, literally, Gavin Spurway at Porch was the assistant manager. He stepped up, gets some champions. Simon comes in for the under 23s and he gets Fareham promoted.
But fair play to them. Great team spirit, isn't there? Great camaraderie, especially at the end. But yeah, this is a club that is going places, and I'm looking forward to watching them in Step 4 next season.
Yeah, definitely.
Great facilities here, isn't there?
Oh yeah, wonderful.
Great crowd, great people, everyone's friendly, but you know, plenty of space for us to film, and we love filming in a stand now. Because
we get to sit down.
Yeah, especially at our age. But also to Andover New Street, they've had a great season, and you have to say they are going to be one of the front runners for the league next season, aren't they?
I think so.
If they can keep that squad together.
I think so. Jamie's done an amazing job with the team he's got. They've got some really good players in that squad as well. I mean, Lewis Williams up front, Claudio Herbert, Jake Carswell, Callum Sweeney, Shane Locke. All great players.
Fantastic.
And I think next season they're going to be a real force in this league.
Fantastic, yeah. And so we're turning our attentions to the Wessex League Division 1 playoff picture next week, so longer trips next week, but Matt is going to be doing Frimley Green against Fleetlands on the Tuesday night. I can't make that for obvious reasons, but we will both be doing Alsford versus East Cowes on Wednesday, so watch this space. This vlog will be up hopefully tomorrow night or Monday, because I'm selfishly running a half marathon and looking after a baby.